Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So I wanted to give you guys a quick lumber update. Not a whole lot of new information, other than we're starting to see the retail prices coming down. Now, we knew that this was going to happen. We saw the lumber prices really peak out back in September at 900 per thousand. That's when the September contract had closed on September 15th at 900. It was phenomenal. That is by far the highest price that I have ever seen in lumber prices. And what I mean by the highest, before that, the peak that I had seen was around 650. That was extreme. When it hit 650 per thousand, I think that was back in 2018, if I remember right. We saw lumber like 2x4/8. The retail price of it was high, $4.29 for a 2x4/8 standard and better. That was unreal. I had never seen lumber selling for, or at least a 2x4/8 selling for that much. That was by far the highest that I had ever seen. But in September, when it hit 900 per thousand, we saw 2x4/8 selling for $8.63. Unreal. Almost double what the previous high was. And now to kind of give you an idea, a 2x4/8 standard and better should normally, like during normal times, sell for around $2.50 to say $3.25. That would be like normal pricing for a 2x4/8 standard and better. And at $8.63, it is like insanely high. To build a house at that it's just like mind-boggling on how much more the cost of framing had gotten over the summer. Just incredible. So today, because I just came off my days off, today I went into work. And for those of you who don't know, I work at a lumber yard, so that's why I know all these prices and stuff. But I go into work, I check the price of a 2x4/8 standard and better, and we're down at $6.20. A $2.43 drop. It dropped as much as we used to sell them for. That is huge. That is a huge drop in the retail pricing. Here's the thing about it. Anytime, even though that $6.20, that is still way, way higher than what you would ever expect to be normal. That's almost twice as much as what you would expect to be normal. The price drop was so extreme and so fast, and everything's happening so quickly, that I have a feeling that we may be finding a bottom in the lumber pricing, at least momentarily. Because nothing goes down in a straight line. Nothing goes up in a straight line. And when you have extreme moves like we just seen, then generally you're going to find that there's going to be a reverse in that trajectory, right? If it's dropping that much, then just give it a moment, because you're probably going to see some price increasing before the downward pricing continues. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to give you guys that update just to kind of let you know what I'm seeing out there. Most of the mills, you're finding that the order files, like when you placed an order for it, it would be 6-7 weeks out, have moved to like 2 weeks, which is very, very good, considering that, when you're like 6 weeks out, it's very hard to predict how much lumber you need to place 6 weeks ahead of time. That is like very difficult. At 2 weeks, much easier. You can kind of see where your inventory levels are. You kind of know how much you need. You can kind of give a much better guess at 2 weeks than you can at 6 weeks. Pressure treated lumber, we're fully stocked. Every single length of every single item, we have it all. We don't have a lot of it, but we're able to get the inventory in. The great PT shortage is over. We're now have access to PT again and the deck wood. First time since the beginning of summer, essentially. Since the whole lockdown and the lumber shortage started taking place, we have been short on pressure treated lumber the entire time until now. Finally, we have a whole stock, or the yard is fully stocked now. So yeah, things are starting to loosen up. Lumber prices are starting to come back down. What else was it? The mills are a little more closer on their orders as far as the time that you placed, the time you're able to receive them. And then what else? OSB, that is the tricky market. That one is still incredibly tight, where the prices are, in some cases, more than plywood. And that was ridiculous. Like typically OSB is like by far the cheaper substitute for plywood. It's not even a substitute. It's just a comparable product. Either you use plywood or you use OSB. Now, most people go with the OSB when they're building because it's a cheaper product. But right now, because there is so little manufactured of it, and the demand was so high over the summer and the supplies were so depleted, OSB now costs more than plywood. We don't even have it in stock. We didn't even order it. There's no point in ordering it because you don't have a better, cheaper product or a cheaper product to sell. You just sell the CDX, which is a better product for cheaper. So there's no point in even carrying the OSB. So that'll eventually change here too. But as of right now, that still seems to be the case. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Uneducated Economist, you guys let me know.